Hey there, Elizabeth Salazar here. How many of you have really great ideas? And like a lot of them, right? But your ideas don't make you any money. This week I was sharing with some clients this idea and I was demonstrating it on my hands. And so obviously I needed to draw this picture for you. My beautifully manicured painted nails. They aren't actually painted, but they are in my diagram. Because your amazing ideas and the abundance of them is actually what's preventing you from creating the business and the money that you want. Let me explain. So, it's a very normal habit of the brain to whisper things like, I just don't love this idea anymore. Or, I mean, this one's okay, but I could do better. Or I just don't want to do this anymore. This is going to take a lot of work. Or maybe it's that feeling of nervousness and you feel that tickle of idea that's like, ugh, maybe this isn't actually a good idea. You know what I mean? And then maybe you actually do start it and you get a little bit way through it. And then your brain starts a little bit different of a chatter. And it says things like, I should have chosen a different idea. This isn't working. And you look, right? And you don't see that it's working. And so you jump to something else. And this could be anything from a different product, a different niche, a different program, a new training idea, right? You were doing one webinar and you're like, got to change the whole thing. When your brain starts to look for the results and it doesn't see what it's looking for, it's very normal for it then to start wondering things like, maybe this wasn't good enough. I better go back to the start. Otherwise, I'm just never going to get right. Maybe I'm not good enough. And so when we talk about having ideas, you have all these ideas like you have all these fingers, right? You have these ideas, but the way that you create the business you want is by knowing that every single one of these thoughts is going to be there, but that the way you create the business and the result you want is by getting through all of those thoughts and making one of the ideas come to life. And that's actually hard, right? Because you have to have all of these other 9 great ideas and you have to think a thought like, yeah, that is great, but I'm choosing not to do it right now. I'm choosing to follow this one all the way through, right? You have to expect that your brain is going to say all the same chatter it normally says. And yet you have to find the way where you move through it to get out of the zone of fingers and into the zone of money and of bringing your thing to life. Following an idea through to completion isn't hard when you know what to expect. You actually do know what to expect, but you've never stopped to know what your brain is going to say so you can anticipate it. But when you expect your brain to behave the way it behaves, you have the leg up. You are ready for it. This is the work that we're doing in the Consistent Business Builders Mastermind. The application deadline is April 27th or when all 20 spots are filled. If you want to do this work, if you want to do this work with me, if you want to learn how not to just have really amazing ideas that get partially started, but to finish the idea, bring them to life, and create the consistent business and money you want, then you need to do this work with me. Okay. Have an amazing day.